All right, here we are. Welcome. We are on our approach into San Jose from Grand Junction, Colorado today. Beautiful flight, totally clear weather. Interesting seeing how Microsoft weather engine is depicting the fires that are currently afflicting basically the entire American West. Showing up as clouds here, may actually be clouds, I'll be honest, but based on what I'm seeing and hearing, people who are there, and in my own experience here in Southern California, we are getting slammed with some pretty bad smoke. And I don't just mean like little plumes, I mean the entire sky basically is covered. You look up, you think, are those clouds? No, they're not clouds. Anyway, we are descending right now towards, look here, the KLIDE intersection. We need to be at 4,000 feet at KLIDE, so that means we need to slow down and accelerate our descent rate slightly. We are coming in a little hot, so
maintain 3,600 feet.
Descend
and maintain 3,600 feet. Day or
3,600. Pre-programmed in the ILS for runway 30 at San Jose. And again, flying in ultra mode right now, and I have the NVidia frame rate recorder up on the left, which will not show on the video, I don't believe, but GPU usage 88%, CPU usage 37%, FPS currently 43, no complaints on my end. So we're closing in here on KLIDE. There it is. Need to be at 4,000 feet. We're dropping like a rock right now to get down to that, which we're going to do. 2 miles from KLIDE right now, so we're not going to have any problems. Shallow out our descent rate at this point. I've pre-programmed in the ILS frequency for runway 30 at San Jose. I actually landed at San Jose just about a month ago, before all these fires started, for a wedding. Look at that. Good golly. Unbelievable graphics. My God. Anyway, airspeed right now 170. You can actually see the runway out dead ahead of us. There it is. You can see the rabbit. That white flashing light they call a rabbit. There's San Francisco Bay, that bank of clouds out ahead of us. Presumably way out there to the north. I don't know, maybe that's Sausalito. We're descending to 3,600, which per the approach chart is the required altitude at the intersection ZULUP. Again, looking at our MFD, let's zoom in a little bit and see. And you see there's ZULUP right there. That's the next one. Then Jeans, then HIVAK, or HIVAK. So we need to be at 3,600 at ZULUP. We will be there. And actually, we could probably switch over to the ILS at this point, since we are on final. Go ahead and change our nav source down here from FMS to nav1, which is now done.
Bravo, descend and maintain 3,200 feet.
And I'm going to descend at 3,200, although
descend
we are
and maintain 3,200 feet. Day or Tree Whiskey Bravo.
On the approach at this point. 3,200 feet is the assigned altitude for the Jeans intersection according to the approach plate for ILS runway 30. I'm going to press APR at this point, and it's going to grab the glide slope. We're just nailing it. You see that green diamond right there? This green diamond represents where we need to be altitude-wise.
Landing gear.
Oops.
Air Tree Whiskey Bravo, you are 11 miles southeast of San Jose. Contact San Jose Tower on 124.0 when inbound.
Getting handed off to the tower.
Tower on 124.0 Day or Tree Whiskey Bravo.
We'll put our gear down. Go ahead, contact tower.
San Jose Tower Day or November Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo 10 miles southeast inbound ILS runway Tree 0 left approach.
Hello, tower. CPU at 40%, GPU 97%.
Tree 4 Tree Whiskey Bravo San Jose Tower. Cleared ILS runway Tree 0 left approach. Altimeter Tree 0.0 Tree wind calm.
Okay, we're cleared for the approach. The landing
Cleared
clearance
ILS
here
runway
momentarily.
Tree 0 left approach Dare Tree Whiskey Bravo.
FPS at 37 right now. I don't know. I mean, I guess that nowadays kids, they like it up by 60, but remembering back what I grew up with, where if you could get it close to 30, it was awesome. If you were above 30, it was unheard of. Anyway, 2,000 feet. Anyway, as I was saying, that green diamond right there represents where you should be altitude-wise. So if it was too high, that would mean you need to climb. If it was too low, it means you need to descend. We're spot on, exactly the altitude we need to be at. And you can see here a graphical representation of where we are with regard to the airport itself. Closing in fast.
Tree Whiskey Bravo cleared to land runway Tree 0
6
left.
miles, if you see right here, 6 miles, estimating 2 minutes 10 seconds to landing.
Cleared to land runway Tree 0 left Dare Tree
Put
Whiskey
down our
Bravo.
flaps 1 notch at this point. Bring the nose of the aircraft down. And let's do full flaps at this point. Gear is down. Let's make sure our landing lights are on. They are now. Always reconfirm, 3 in the green. You don't want a belly landing. I've been flying this TBM basically since the day I got Flight Simulator, and I do not want to crash it or belly land it like an idiot. Again, look at this. I mean, just wild. Okay. Time to work. Airspeed's good, 96 knots, 2 miles at this point to final. See nav 1 here confirming 110.9. That's the ILS frequency. I don't know if you can make it out, but we have 2 reds, 2 whites on the poppies. We are at perfect altitude. Fingers crossed, but it looks like we're nailing this approach. Having landed at this airport many times, my expectation is that we'll be routed to the right for parking, but hey, you never know. Okay, autopilot disengaged. I have the aircraft. Slow our approach speed a little bit. Whoops, tiny bit too fast. Whoops, we got 3 reds now. That just means we're a little, tiny bit low. Gonna arrest our descent slightly. Oh, hard brake. Pop up a little here in the chair so we have a better view. There we go. Since I upped the settings to ultra, I've gotten that bandwidth warning once before, and now just now, and unfortunately, I don't know if it has to do with the volume of data that it's just trying to download when it's set in ultra. Anyway, we're good right now. I've noticed with this seat up attitude that it conveys an impression that you're nose down on the descent, but you're not. Anyway, gotta slow us down here a little bit more. Full flaps, 3 in the green. Try to stick this landing. Butter if I can, right, boys? Butter if I can. Let's make it a greaser. Come on. Come on. Make it a greaser. And idle. Well, Throttle back. There we go. I'll take that. Reverse thrusters. I didn't think I was going to be able to get off the runway that easy.
Bravo, contact ground on 121.7.
That's what happens when you nail the landing there,
121.7 for Dare Tree Whiskey Bravo.
All right, let's switch over to ground. Taxi to parking.
San Jose ground, Dare November
those
3
flaps
Tree
in.
Whiskey Bravo, request taxi to parking. Dare November 34 Tree Whiskey Bravo, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway cross runway 12 left Echo Foxtrot, cross runway tree 0 right Foxtrot, cross runway tree 0 left Alpha Bravo.
Good grief.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway cross runway 12 left Echo Foxtrot, cross runway tree 0 right Foxtrot, cross runway tree 0 left Alpha Bravo, Dare Tree Whiskey Bravo.
So that right there, what you just heard, is why I use these guides. Now, before I cross a runway, I check. Are they coming in? No. Why not? Check both ways. What do they say before you cross the street, right? Look both ways. Got live traffic this time. I decided to use that, so there's presumably real people. I'm looking at this map here about where they're taking us, and I'm wondering what in the hell. So off to the right are the gates, obviously. Let's zoom in over here and get closer. I think they're going to turn us around. Have us cross the runway again and turn us around. I just realized we're popped up too high. Oh my goodness. Now I have to... I guess this is what you get for crossing the runway. Or turning off the runway in the wrong direction. Again, make sure nobody's coming. All clear. In my defense, I've never landed at San Jose, GA. I've landed at a little tiny airport that's ironically called south of San Jose Airport. In real life, in an actual aircraft, Piper Malibu. Which, needless to say, is considerably easier to navigate than SJC. Every time I've flown into... Got another runway to cross here. This is the one we just landed on, 30. Damn it, I wish I had turned left instead of right. Nobody's coming, nobody's there, okay. Well, hey, look at the upside. You get a little tour of the airport. And if you look down here, again, it's a very useful feature on the MFD. Allows you to zoom in and kind of get an airport diagram. Anyways, I was saying, apparently, the GA aircraft at San Jose park on the left. Well, what are you going to do? Beautiful flight, though, uneventful. Passed just north of Yosemite on the inbound, and that was couldn't not see Half Dome from where I was. It was just a little too far north, but really pretty cool. And again, I mean, if you see what I mean, my frame rate's right now 28. Okay, and this is a major airport. I mean, San Jose is, granted, it's not Charles de Gaulle, or Kennedy, but it's not you know, some grass strip in the middle of nowhere. 28 FPS, CPU at 40%, GPU 95%. So a lot of GPU usage, which is interesting. You know, I was thinking, oh, I'll go get the 3080, but I don't know. I mean, why should I? I really have found differential braking to be a big help. God, look at how the sun plays across the instrument panel. Differential braking, obviously, where one wheel brakes and the other doesn't, it really helps a lot on steeper turns. Okay, there's Gary, as we like to call him. And make our left. Follow his instructions in. Got it. Left it is. There we go. He's happy. Right a little bit. And... Alright. Okay, parking brake. Parking brake's on. Low idle. Cut off. Flaps are in. Landing lights, pulse, nav, strobe, and AP off on that. Fuel selection off, back to manual. Fuel selector off. Acknowledge alarm. Reconfirm. Off, off, off. Parking brake's on. Gear remains down, obviously, since we're on the ground. Otherwise, it'd be uncomfortable. There we are. Again, relative to the airfield, you can see. Kind of neat. Zoom out a little bit. So we landed here. 31 left. Or 30 left, excuse me. And zoom back in, and you can kind of see where we are on the airport map. So, I mean, other than exiting runway right, which was kind of a fuck up, I admit, we did well. Yaw damper disengaged. Approach no longer needed, obviously. Autopilot was already disengaged when we were on short final. And that wraps up another safe, fun flight. Ciao.